Dr. Peter P. Laurel, University President, Dr. Cecilia Pring, Vice President for Academics and Research and Dean, College of Nursing, Dr. Conrad Dotong, Assistant Vice President, Mr. Frederick Badillo, Senior Vice President for Finance, Ms. Geraldine De Erit, University Registrar, guests, parents, and the reason why we are all here, the graduates. A pleasant good afternoon. Let me start my speech with this question. Do you believe that the most successful people see adversity not as an obstacle, but as a stepping stone to greatness? All of you might agree with me and say yes. I, for one, speak the same. That adversity in life will bring us to success. I am just an ordinary nursing student. Being ordinary means getting along with those ordinary and extraordinary. From then on, I always want to lead, to inspire, and help in my own little ways. Because of Lyceum of the Philippines, University, Batangas, I was able to go to different places in Philippines and represented the school. And the rest is history. I graduated in the year 1993. Moreover, I went through all the fields of nursing. Name it. From staff nursing in the hospital, school nursing for the Department of Education, Culture and Sports, or DEX, or now DepEd, occupational health nursing for companies, and an owner of a daycare center. However, with all those experiences, I am not satisfied. I'm still dreaming, and I want more out of my profession because I know and I feel I can do more. Fortunately, I got a job in Saudi Arabia under the Minister of Health in the year 2001. During that time, health practitioners are so in demand. With my old suitcase, used by my dad when he also worked in Saudi Arabia before, I prepared. All my bags are packed, and yes, I am ready to go. Full of dreams and aspirations, and overflowing with enthusiasm. But I can't hide the fear of being away from my comfort zone, and that is my family. Separation anxiety kicked in, I would say so. Upon landing, I said to myself, "Oh my God," and consequently, I prayed. Do you know why? Because I saw a vast desert from the window of the plane, as in no structure at all. What am I doing here? And unknowingly, tears fell off my bare hands, and immediately I wiped it. And I confirmed to myself, no backing out. I am here, that I will face it and be brave. However, at the back of my mind, I am afraid, and what I applied here, it is mindfulness. Saudi Arabia is another part of the world with a different culture. Very different. To add more is the language and the people. Just imagine, I arrived in the airport without an information who will pick me up. With me was an envelope with a note written in Arabic. And the instructions from the agency was to have it on my chest so that the representative from MOH will notice me. Time passed. 1, 2, 4, 12, and 24 hours waiting in the airport. At last, a Saudi guy tapped my shoulder. I thought that he saw and read the note from the envelope. The only word I heard from him is, "Come." Without hesitation, I went along with him because I am hungry. Imagine, I never knew where he would take me. We do not talk inside the vehicle. All I can hear is his breathing and the sounds from the machine of an old vehicle. Along the road, all I can see is a never-ending desert with herd of camel and flock of sheep. Now tell me, will you be afraid if you are in this situation? Finally, we arrived in the hospital after 2 hours of travel from the airport. Far from my imagination, I saw this sophisticated and huge hospital in the middle of the desert. And I uttered to myself, "Now I'm safe." With my suitcase pulled out from the compartment, without any help from the driver, I accidentally slipped off the handle and it was broken. And I carried on my shoulder, and would you believe, my accommodation was in 4th floor. Beyond and behold, there was no elevator. Without meals after 24 hours of waiting, I thank God, because my adrenaline was still working. This was a very simple adversity that I managed in my journey to where I am now. From a staff nurse and presently the assistant project manager and chief nursing officer. Not all I can say. Those years were heaven, instead overspilled with lots of challenges. Apart from this was my post as the president of the Philippine Nurses Association, Eastern Region of Saudi Arabia, for 2 terms. Was not a joke too. The journey is not full of sweet memories, but more rough times and hurdles along the way. Those recognitions are just accessories inspiring us to move on. Our purpose in life and to our profession is to learn more, serve others to the best of our abilities. We are always focusing on mistakes. Mistakes will be nothing if we do not learn from it. It challenges us to be more resilient, be proactive, and learn to accept changes. From 1993 up to present, who would have thought that coin-operated phones will be replaced with mobiles? That books will be replaced by Mr. Google? That life procedures were simplified into mobile applications? This is change. And along with change is quality and excellence. This entails our performance, our attitude, and knowledge. Presently in healthcare, we are now focusing in quality management. Why? The simple answer is we focus on patient, his safety, and his life. Life deserves the best. Life deserves quality services. Life is a learning process towards quality living. Whatever our profession, race, or creed, we all at some point have had to manage the challenges of crisis, conflicts, and other adversities while still pursuing quality and excellence. Our parents, for example, faced the Second World War. We have ourselves experienced many adversities like typhoons, wars and conflicts, and now the COVID-19 pandemic. You survived all the challenges that your studies brought you and are now newly qualified professionals, ready to exercise your craft. Amidst this pandemic, how do you see the future? Do you feel this has dampened your hopes and is an obstruction to your path of achieving quality and excellence? Or has it made you stronger in your resolve and will use it as both a challenge and an inspiration to achieve greater things? Faced with adversity, I believe our natural instincts react and find that extra strength and determination to do our work and continue our studies to reach the required standards and performance. There is no better time to address our opening theme than now amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. It has affected us all in so many different ways, socially and economically at work, in our studies. It has created more collateral damage that we could ever have imagined, as well as bringing a health crisis. It has caused an economic crisis not seen for centuries. It has caused serious unemployment and shown an increasing rate in domestic violence. Yet, I believe also that like many other adversities, it has made us to become more determined, tenacious, resilient, and creative. Though innovations, we have created new inventions and a new normal way of living. It has inspired our scientists to bring 3 vaccines in record time to combat this pandemic, while educationalists and technologists have excelled the social, learning, and business environment by creating virtual communications and learning platforms for all of us to use. Students at schools and universities can still pursue their studies using new online applications. Businesses can still conduct conferences through several virtual platforms. The community can still socialize by chatting online. It has also brought communities together better than before by helping and supporting each other. Online shopping has become very popular and excelling by the day. Most businesses now are moving towards a mobile culture, even surpassing takeaway or to go. Most things are delivered to your doorstep. The mobile cinema is back. People can now go to a large park and watch a movie from their cars. You can now follow an exercise instructor on your TV and carry out your exercises in the comfort of your lounge. In the UK, for example, in addition to the mobile car mechanic, now you also have such facilities as mobile car wash and mobile dog walk. Here at my clinic in Dammam, Saudi Arabia, we are trying to develop and introduce a mobile healthcare prevention program, which will see our doctors and nurses going to the industrial field to carry out procedures. This program has proved to be less time-consuming and more cost-effective. Adversities, I believe, create resilience in us too. In the field of education, resilience studies provide evidence that many students succeed academically despite adverse economic conditions, homelessness, and transitory situations, violence, and conflict-affected social exclusion. resilience matters in education because learning and school success are not only possible in spite of adversity, but also education can be the vehicle to overcome it. My final message is that we cannot and should not let adversities prevent us from pursuing quality and excellence. On the contrary, we should use these adversities to inspire us. To all the graduates, we are now in these trying times amidst with this adversity. But you know what? You are fortunate enough to have a chance of experiencing this, and still you will be facing after this, or when you get into the workforce. You are now prepared to face the world of professionals because of Lyceum of the Philippines, University, Batangas. You are now what the society wants you to be, a resilient individual and a professional that takes into consideration the quality and excellence in spite of all odds. Lyceum of the Philippines, University, Batangas stands by you. Your family is at your side. Our country and the world is welcoming you, and with the Almighty that walks with you in every step of the way. So I will now leave you to reflect on my original question. Do you believe that the most successful people see adversity not as an obstacle, but as a stepping stone to greatness? I wish you the best of luck in your new venture. I am humbled to be part of your journey. Thank you for this opportunity. Mabuhay ang Batanggenyo, mabuhay ang LPU.